one of the things about disciplines is that they discipline. They really constrain you in ways where you feel like this is the world, you're going to see it through this lens, and only this lens, because it's the most important lens for whatever you need to do. And there's something that's really harmful when you just think that's it. And opening yourself up to poetry, opening yourself up to literature, opening yourself to art, things that you maybe don't know how to do, is such a good thing to do, just to get out of your comfort zone. I think, we started this evening with a land acknowledgement, and that's important, and that's really terrific. And I love what Polly writes for the Berg's website on how we should really think about the purpose behind those things. But why not also, while you're here at the UW, take classes in American Indian Studies? Think about the specific histories of the various peoples here. We often think about in broad strokes about indigenous people, and I understand why that is, but each people has a specific history that is really important, and we can't know all of it, but can we ask questions about it? Can we actually think about what the world looks like when we start thinking about the potential for real relationality? And that's a humbling thought, because it requires some work. But I do think there are ways to start here. I think the Berk is actually doing a terrific job in taking an institution that, like university, the museum is a deeply colonial institution, but yet it can be repurposed for community. It can be repurposed for connection. And finding those ways to kind of use the tools around us to have interesting and new conversations is great. I might also just say a word and plug for literally getting out of your comfort zone, literally going somewhere where you don't know. And in CHID, we have many study abroad programs which also have colonial paths. The idea that certain peoples go certain places, that has a history. But the way we try to do it in CHID is we try to really encourage people to think about how can you go places and establish relations of reciprocity, relations of respect, in ways that you understand what that privilege can do. And I think that gives you the possibility of really learning in ways that are really deeply meaningful. So as important as your grades are, try to do things that scare you a little bit in ways that are responsible, in ways that really allow you to relate with others.